Alright, this is going to be interesting if I can actually fit this in the car. Okay, you're wedged. And I think that's the best we're going to do. Alright, so I am going to be late for work, but I basically wanted to copy Sam Sulek's whole entire business model, YouTube model, video model, because I want to make more long form content. And one way I thought of doing that is doing a little chat. What? That has fallen off. YouTubers, eh? Fucking hell. I've really got to wedge it. Oh. Right. So basically my mic is pressing against my wing mirror, which is causing a lot of tension. I'm going to assume I'm on the camera. I'm assuming it's still filming. But yeah, I want to make more long form content, and I thought a way of doing that is doing a little commute chat as I go to work. And I basically thought the theme for the chats would be a few things I thought about, like a few words or, I don't know, gym topics that I think resonate with me. And so the two I went with today was consistency and patience. So to me, that is like 90% of bodybuilding, gym kind of stuff, is being consistent and being patient. Because, let me get around this junction, Jesus. Because, so I'm of the, I'm not part of the older generation, but I'm 29, and the gym I go to has a lot of kind of like 18-year-olds to early 20s, and I get asked a lot because they see me lifting, they think, oh, this guy knows what he's on about. So they come over to me and they say, oh man, how long have you been lifting for? Oh, what protein do you use? All stuff, questions like that. And especially the first question, the how long have you been lifting for? When I say, oh, 10 to 12 years, they all kind of react a bit like, oh fuck, I've got a long road ahead of me. And it's like, yeah, you do. But that's a good thing. It's like, you've got a long road, you can think about all the things you can do in that time, all the changes you can make with your diet, with just all the different repetitions you'll be doing in that 10-year period. But that's what it takes. Like, yeah, you can be really effective and you get those people who like newbie gains, all that stuff. But ultimately, it's going to take time. And you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. But yeah, so I get asked that quite a lot, and they always look a bit deflated, and they almost imply that, come on, what's the secret? Like, what do you do that makes you look like that, and why I don't look like that? It's like, I've literally told you, it's 10 to 12 years. It's like imagine a skill like carpentry. Imagine if a carpenter was like, oh, how long have you been in carpentry? Oh, like 10, 20 years. If you've only just started, you're not going to be as good as him. You're not going to, like, it's such a, yeah, that's just the way it is. And so I sort of say, like, oh, look, don't worry, like, well, not don't worry, but that sounds patronising. But I say, honestly, I'm just like, don't stress about if you're not how you want to look now, because you've got so much time. Like I said, 10 to 12 years it took me to get a mid-natty physique. But which partly makes me think, when they react deflated, are they going, oh, he's been doing it for that long and he looks like that? Don't know. But yeah, so ultimately, that's why I think this came into my head about consistency and patience, because that is what it takes, consistency over a long period of time. And that's with everything: calories, your routine, workout routine, your sleep routine, your habits, managing your addictions like me and chocolate, which I've actually got a video planned about that. Oh, wrong gear. I've got a video planned about that, about managing my addiction, which is chocolate. So hopefully I film and upload that in a not so distant future, but if it's anything to go by all the other things in my life and the videos I do, probably see it in 6 months. But no, yeah, so that's it. That's what I remember I was going to say. So they always get a bit deflated when I say it takes, well, I've been doing it for 10 to 12 years. And then, yeah, they almost want me to say, oh, look, just do this, or just take this supplement. I've had a guy ask me he sort of said, do you take protein? As if like, that's why I look like. And I was like, yeah, like, you have to take protein. Well, like, whether you take it in shake form or through your food. But I was like, that's not why. I mean, it is kind of why I build muscle, but I don't know. He kind of implied it was like all he had to do was take a sip of that and bang, boom, muscles. But no, what I'm getting at though is, I don't know if you remember, I'm of the generation where we grew up watching six-pack shortcuts, where we thought, yes, if I do 5 crunches every night, I'm going to look, is it Mike Cheng? Was that the guy's name? I'm going to look like Chris Bumstead. It's like, no. I mean, yeah, I spent, and that's me, before that 10 to 12 year period I was talking about, of how long I've been working out, I was, like, for years before that, I was doing the sort of 6-pack shortcuts in my room, desperately trying to, like, build muscle. And that's another thing, like, I just was too young to really develop that kind of muscle maturity. Like, how I look now is kind of how I wanted to look when I was bloody 10. It's like, well, that's not going to bloody happen. That's not going to happen at all. So that's another thing about consistency and patience. Stuff like muscle maturity. It's like, it takes time to build that muscle density. But yeah, so it's this kind of, there's this idea that there's a shortcut, and there is no shortcut with working out and achieving any goal really, especially in fitness. It's all about consistency and patience. You have to be consistent with your diet, make sure sometimes you have to spend a lot of time to find the perfect diet for you, how many calories you need. You have to work out what is your daily maintenance, what is your goal, do you cut or are you trying to gain muscle? So it's a big game of, you're basically a science project of yourself, and you're having to work out how to get the best out of you, and that takes so much time. Like, and it's a constant process. Like, I'm still very much in that. I'm not at the end of that process. I'm in it. I'm still finding ways to optimize and tweak my schedule to make myself feel better, both mentally, physically, perform better, and my goals change. Like, recently, I've started playing football way more. Because football is another love of mine. I loved it before getting into bodybuilding, and I hadn't been doing it for a number of years because of COVID, because of whatever, and I've really got back into it. So I can't be playing football at like a kind of the weight I was. I was about 13 stone, which that's about 83 kilograms or something like that. And yeah, I was sort of looking a bit like a fridge, and I can't. My football style was like running and like chasing after the ball. I can't physically do that at that weight. Like, I'll be knackered. So I cut down a lot, and I horse ride as well. You have to be a certain weight to horse ride. So let me get into the lane before killing myself. Yeah, so you have to be a certain weight to horse ride, which is like, I think the limit is 13 stone a lot of the time, or 14, 13. But yeah, what am I trying to say? Consistency. So yeah, your diet has to be consistent. Your sleep is a massive one. That has to be consistent. Like, going on nights out. And look, when you're young as well, do all of that stuff. I'm an old man now, and I don't really go out that much. I don't drink. So when I wake up and when I go to sleep, it's more or less the same every night. But that benefits me in my routine and my schedule. Your workout routines. This is another thing. Like, I think when people, again, it's completely fine to go through this phase, and to do it's actually it needs to happen. It's an essential about finding your workout routine, what split works for you, and everything like that. So you're gonna have, there's again, like with your calories, there's gonna be a phase where that's happening, that's developing. So you're gonna be chopping and changing. But what I would say is, yeah, find a solid foundation of workouts that you main thing is enjoying it as well, because that allows you to be more consistent. If you enjoy working out, I used to hate doing leg days because I did it in a way that was someone else's plan, and I was like, oh, I hate this workout, I hate this one. Whereas now I love my leg days. I mean, they're still bloody hard, but I love them because it's like all the workouts I'm doing, I enjoy doing them. There's a mad amount of traffic. Can I get past this fucking mixing van? Jesus. Yeah, so you have a consistent, get to a point. Again, this is for like beginners. Don't worry about trying to find the perfect workout, but just the more consistent you are with going to the gym and working out, you're going to find what works for you, and then stick to that routine. Unless like there's a really good reason why you maybe switch up. I switch up workouts every now and then because I find something new and it works for me better than what I was currently doing. But I'd say, in order to track progressive overload and loads of things like that, things we've all heard before, yeah, you want to have a consistent workout routine which doesn't really change. I've been doing a lot of the same workouts for, in those 10 years. I mean, loads of them don't change, like bicep curls. You can't reinvent the wheel with that. But no, you want to have a routine where you basically just, your diet and your workout is pretty much the same every day. And some people might find that boring. Look, ultimately, bodybuilding and stuff is a game which we can all play and we can all tweak to our personal preference. So there's that. But also, yeah, I personally consistency for me is those things being the same. And I think that's another thing for people who ask me questions. It's the expectation of it's a long man's game, is working out, and then like just to get results is a long man's game. And that is where patience comes in. Yeah, you have to be patient. Like, it's not going to come overnight. It's going to take ages. And I'm trying to park. Can I park is the question. Can I do it and not have to make 50 adjustments? Patience, boys. And consistency. Parking consistency. You know what? I think I've absolutely smashed that. So let's check. Yeah, that will do. I'm slightly too far that way, but that will do. But yeah, where was I? So yeah, I've covered consistency and just how repetition, like what I do, my routines, there's nothing special to it. I'm not taking drugs, clearly, because I'd be way bigger and spottier and angrier. Yeah, there's nothing special about what I do. I'm just really consistent and I'm patient. I just have done it over a long period of time, relatively consistently across the board with my eating, everything. And obviously, like I said, those things can change if your goals change, like bulking, cutting. But the premise is that you just keep the same. There's the same rule of thumb with it, where you're just consistent with it, and you just maintain that. Because like a big part of working out obviously is progressive overload, and you can't progressively overload something if it's changing every week, or you're, oh, you know what, this week I'm not going to do chest, or I'm not going to do that. I'm not. You have to keep it that consistent, and yeah, patience is like huge with, especially like people working out when they first start working out. I've done it many times. I've done it with loads of different hobbies as well. Like you start learning guitar and then literally like, oh, I can't play Through the Fire and the Flames. Ah, fuck this then. Pack that in. It's slow. It's so slow, and working out's the exact same. And I would actually say, like, of all the hobbies, working out, like, newbie gains is a real thing. that's quite like, when you start the first 6 months of you working out, you'll make some of the biggest gains you ever will. But sometimes I'd say maybe the patience is post newbie gains, when you hit that wall and you think, oh God, I can't just like touch a weight and put on muscle. That's when the kind of science laboratory thing comes into play, where you have to start tweaking things about like, how do you optimize your routine. So maybe that's the patient element of it. At least I think that's what I found. But yeah, I'd say there are two things I say for people who are getting into it, and for the people who ask me quite a lot. Consistency and patience is so important. Just getting into the gym, eating your macros, having a good sleep routine, having consistent workouts, and then having the patience to just keep chipping away at that, doing it every day. And it means even resting, consistent resting. Not because I think if some people, if they're impatient, they just will go, look, no rest days, and then we all know what happens. And all the stuff I'm saying is not. Trust me, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a personal trainer. It's just kind of the things we all know getting into bodybuilding: calories in, calories out, progressive overload, and yeah. Look, I'm currently late for work. I'm doing biceps and triceps today. It is Monday, which is my arm day 1. So I follow a bro split because that's just what works for me. It's not the most, probably not the most optimized, not the most efficient, but it works for me. And that's going on today. I'm going to potentially film with this camera in the gym, try and get some better shots than just on my phone. But yeah, that was a complete word splurge. I don't know if any of that actually made sense. Yeah, I think I want to try and make more videos like this where I can elaborate and word splurge a bit more. And I can actually drive whilst filming myself, which is good to know, because I was slightly worried about that. But there we go. All right. Well, next time you see me, I should be in the gym on an easy bar curl lifting 50 kilograms. Yeah. See you then. Okay, so you would have just seen my first workout of the week. So that's Monday, that's bicep and tricep. This is the first time I've actually filmed in the gym using a proper camera, and telling you now, looking back, it looks so much better than my phone. I feel like you can actually tell I've got some muscle, which I don't know, something to do with the compression on a phone. I just feel like every time I've filmed on a phone, it just looks flat and there's like no definition or whatever. But yeah, so that is my arm day. That's my workout one of the week. And so yeah, basically I want to, in an effort to make some more long form content, because I think ideally that's what I've been doing, the shorts and whatnot, and yeah, I mean I do enjoy them, but I want a bit more. So here's a long form video, and I think the idea I want to do is do my commute kind of philosophical thing like I did this morning, with consistency and patience, and then work out, show you what my kind of routine is. So that's Monday, bicep, tricep. And yeah, thought it was a good workout actually, pretty good. I'm pretty, because of football and stuff, I'm kind of in a deficit, kind of, wouldn't say quite say weight loss phase, but I'm just sort of maintaining quite a lean physique, and it helps in summer when it's bloody hot. Like my car right now is a sauna. But yeah, that is Monday. I've got one more thing to do before I sign out. I'm actually picking up a mic, a Roman mic, a DJI Mini 2, because I'm currently using the big Rode shotgun mic, and it's good, but if I want to be out and about and doing stuff, yeah, it looks a bit ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm going to pick that up now, and then I will sign off. But anyway, if you got this far, thank you for watching. And if you didn't get that far, then you don't know. But yeah, there you go. Tomorrow, or maybe next week, once I've edited this one, I'm going to do my Tuesday, which is legs and shoulders, I think. God, I can't even remember. I have to look at my notes page. Legs and shoulders. Do you know what? I can look at my notes page now, because normally I film on my phone. I can't use my phone when I film. Benefit of having a camera. So tomorrow is, yeah, legs and shoulders. Yep. So yeah, I will film the Tuesday, which is my workout 2, which is legs and shoulders. And then I'll think of another thing to talk about as I yap on my commute in the morning. But yeah, alright. Well, when I next see you, I should have a DJI Mic Mini 2. Mini Mic 2. Mic Mini. Alright, so I'm home. I am home, and guess what? I've officially got DJI Mic Mini 2, which means I can ditch this old clunky business shotgun mic. Don't need it anymore, because guess what? Look at that. I got this. You can hear me loud and clear. It also means I could be standing here, I could walk into the kitchen, open my fridge. Wow, so much protein yogurt, so many gains. I can walk over to my window. Wow, very much a view, beautiful. But the best thing I can do, guys, is I can walk all the way to the bathroom. And then we all know what we do in the bathroom, boys. It's quite simple. We all do it. Relieving. And what's great is I can take you with me. You can hear absolutely all of it. Even this. Fantastic. Well, if that's not an outro, I don't know what is. Subscribe if you like the videos. And report me if you don't. Because, yeah, it's a free world. We can do what we want. I won't take you up any longer. I'm currently just washing my hands with some mango punch hand wash from Savers. And yeah, bish bash bosh, real good nosh. And just like that, we're done. All right, stay tuned for more videos. Peace out.